Is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
Sunshine and pleasant temperatures on this Wednesday. A perfect afternoon for baseball. Here's a live look at Busch Stadium where, yes, baseball will be played. The Cards about to start the third game of the series with the Diamondbacks. Yesterday's rain, of course, brought more much-needed moisture to the area. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. Day to spend some time outside, to be sure. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is here with the Weather First forecast.
Yeah, yesterday 0.44 of an inch of rain fell at Lambert. Some areas got over a half an inch of rain, and that deep rolling thunder that we had today, it's sunshine, and we're at 65 degrees. So, of course, the Cardinals have a perfect day for a game with the Diamondbacks here. 65 at 12:15 first pitch, northeast wind at about 7 miles an hour. So generally light, but a little bit of a wind. Doppler's not showing any kind of activity, but I want to pull this out a little bit. Today's severe weather chances are right around Kansas and West Texas and Oklahoma. As we get into Wednesday, they're still out to our west, but we'll watch pieces of energy head in our direction and watch the futurecast even tonight as we get into after midnight and then tomorrow afternoon. Some of that rain could actually reach Phelps County. I think the rest of the area stays dry, but it is Friday where we have a better chance of some severe weather. So coming up in Maine weather, I'll go through this and time out our weekend of waves of showers and storms. Kay?
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. A former teacher who tried to kill a teenager in 2006 is out of prison today. Sam Shelton had been paroled after serving 17 years of his 20-year sentence. He strangled Ashley Reeves with a belt and left her for dead in a park in Belleville. Police later found Reeves alive. According to the Department of Corrections, Shelton will serve 3 years on parole. It is day 3 of the murder trial against Thomas Kinworthy. He's accused of killing St. Louis police officer Tamaris Bohannon. The shooting happened in Tower Grove in August of 2020. The officer, who served as the hostage negotiator, testified he talked with Kinworthy's ex-wife after he barricaded himself inside a home. He says she didn't tell him about any mental illness Kinworthy had. The defense has entered a not guilty plea by reason of mental defect. The air in parts of St. Louis gets a failing grade in a new report just released hours ago. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer breaks down the findings from the American Lung Association.
The American Lung Association released its 25th annual State of the Air report, and it's bad news for the St. Louis metro area. The report found for our area that there was an increase in air pollution compared to last year, and those most affected include pregnant women with underlying health issues and people of color. The American Lung Association gave U.S. counties grades for ozone and particle pollution. St. Charles County was considered the worst in our area, getting an F. St. Louis City got a D, and the county received a C. When it comes to the Metro East, Madison County is considered unsafe with an F rating. Jersey got a D, and St. Clair got a C. The American Lung Association says more than 750,000 people of color are disproportionately affected by unhealthy air quality in the St. Louis metro area.
Communities of color are disproportionately exposed to unhealthy air and are also more likely to be living with one or more chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, and heart disease that make them more vulnerable to air pollution. And the report found that a person of color in the U.S. is more than 2 times likely than a white individual to live in a community with a failing grade on all 3 pollution measures.
So in terms of what you can do, the American Lung Association recommends calling on your local and state political leaders to help ensure better air quality and signing a petition. All of that information will be on our website, ksdk.com. Reporting in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
If you sat in traffic on I-64 near Fairview Heights this morning, this is why. A car overturned in the westbound lanes just before the Route 159 exit. It all happened around 6:30, the height of morning rush hour. We're waiting on police to give us information about exactly what caused the crash. They're only saying there were injuries. New details about a 9-year-old boy injured in a crash in North St. Louis. Cody Walker's mother tells us her son is still in the ICU and still on life support. Court. The crash happened Sunday morning at Hickey Park. Police say Cody was getting a soccer ball out of the trunk of his family's car when a speeding truck hit the back of the car. The boy was pinned between two vehicles for about 30 minutes while emergency crews tried to get him out. Police say Kevin Johnson ran from the scene and later turned himself in. He's charged with leaving the scene of a crash, assault, and child endangerment. Developing at noon, President Biden has signed a $95 billion aid package that includes assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Biden says the legislation will make the world more secure as the U.S. supports its friends fighting against terrorists and tyrants. The law also enacts a provision that could lead to a nationwide ban on TikTok. It gives Chinese-based owners 9 months to sell the social media app. TikTok says it'll fight the law in court. The company says it has 170 million American users. We're also watching developments at Columbia University, where school officials are negotiating with student protesters about the removal of an encampment on campus. NBC's Aaron McLaughlin reports the university has been at the center of some of the most contentious campus demonstrations over the war in Gaza.
Hey there, the tension here at Columbia University appears to have eased for now, with the university reporting important progress has been made in its talks with student protesters, those talks lasting throughout the night. This morning, the university saying the student protesters have agreed to a number of issues. They've agreed to remove some, but notably not all, of the tents on the campus itself. They've also agreed that anyone who is not a student and who is protesting on campus will leave immediately, and that the talks are expected to last for another 48 hours. All of this as House Speaker Mike Johnson is expected here at campus today. He's expected to meet with Jewish students and hold a press conference afterward. Back to you.
The protest is one of many at schools across the U.S. against Israel's war with Hamas. Many students have been arrested as universities struggle to balance campus safety with free speech rights. Crowds demonstrate outside the Supreme Court today as the justices take on the issue of abortion. We break down details of the case ahead. Plus, horses run amok in central London. What spooked them and the problems they caused during a military ceremony.